Alignment versus effort. What scripture really teaches about this? Have you ever noticed that some people work extremely hard, pray consistently, and still feel stuck, drained, and frustrated? What if the problem isn't your effort? What if the problem is misalignment? Today, we're breaking down alignment versus effort and what the Bible actually teaches, because scripture never rewards striving, but it always rewards obedience. Many believers think if I try harder, God will respond. If I stay busy, I must be productive. If I keep pushing, breakthrough will come. But the Bible teaches something different. Unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain. Who builds it? You can find reference to this in Psalm 127, verse 1. You can be sincere and still be misaligned. And that is why one has to be very careful in, for example, being so preoccupied and you're busy, but are you being intentional for what you are doing? Alignment is agreement with God's will, God's way, and God's timing. Can two walk together unless they are agreeing? Amos 3:3. Alignment means I don't just ask God to bless what I am doing. I do what God is blessing. So the two has to come. They have to come in conjunction. They have to come in agreement. Jesus himself declared, the Son can do nothing of himself but what he sees the Father do. St. John 5 verse 19. Because when it comes to being in alignment, Jesus would have been that example. Jesus was not lazy. He was perfectly aligned. These are some questions that you have to ask yourself. Am I perfectly aligned? Am I coming into alignment, walking in God's will? Because effort is not striving. Effort is obedient response to divine instructions. Faith without works is dead, according to St. James 2 verse 17. So effort comes after alignment, not before it. According to Paul, Paul would have said, I labor more abundantly, that they all yet, not I, but the grace of God which was with me. 1 Corinthians 15 verse 10. We are just living by grace. Grace fuels effort. Effort without grace leads to burnout, and many persons can attest to this. Because you may feel endowed and willing to and become so caught up and being busy, but if grace is not there, it feels as if you are going on a train of no return. The Bible warns us clearly. There is a way that seems right to a man, but it leads or it ends the way of death. Proverbs 14:12. You can be busy and still be wrong. You can be committed and still be off course. Did you know that you can be hardworking and still be fruitless? You see, effort without instruction produces exhaustion. And if one doesn't have the right instruction for him to be guided, a manual, a blueprint, and you do or carry out that which has been laid out, I promise you, you will feel as if you are truly burning out. Martha was working, Mary was aligning. Jesus didn't rebuke Martha for serving, he corrected her order. You are worried and troubled about many things, said Luke 10:41. Mary chose alignment first, and effort would have followed naturally. Here's the biblical order: alignment, instruction, effort, fruit. Alignment, instruction, effort, fruit. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. You're talking about Proverbs 3:6. God he doesn't bless movement. He blesses obedience. And so when the scripture speaks about obedience is better than sacrifice, these are some of the reasons in accordance. Many believers are tired. Why are they tired? Because they are working for God, not with God. Notice the two differences. When you're working for God as opposed to not working with God, there is a big difference. They're chasing results instead of revelation. They have confused activity with faith. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Stillness is not passivity. Stillness is positioning. Sometimes we take for granted the fact that we are being still and listening and waiting. It means that you're lazy. No, you're waiting for the next move. And so you're attentive to your surroundings. Before you push harder, ask, did God instruct this? Is this his timing or my pressure? Am I moving from faith or fear? Can I give you one more? Is grace empowering this, or am I forcing it? These are some questions one can ask. Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Isaiah 40:31 speaks to this. When we take these into account, there is a different flow that is from the inward out, and the connection and alignment, for those who know. You don't need more effort. You need better alignment. When alignment is right, effort becomes lighter. Fruit becomes consistent. Peace replaces pressure. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, according to Psalm 37:23. When we put God first in all that we do, I promise you that our steps become much lighter, much easier. Consider you going up a hill, right? This is the hill, the mountain. And you have a boulder that you're pushing up this hill. It's going to feel hard. But I promise you that the more you push, you're going to reach a summit. And this is the summit. I promise you that when you reach that summit, you know what is coming next. There's going to be a free flow, a free fall. And you're going to need less effort, if not no effort at all. If this teaching helped you, like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who is working hard but feeling stuck. And comment below, alignment before effort. I'll see you in the next teaching.